this brother decided that he wasn't having it. He was not having it.
You don't want her to win the White House, but do you agree with how she performed in that interview?
I believe that interview was a masterclass in why there is a statistically significant amount of black men who are tired of listening to the media
and telling her to shut the fuck up.
Democratic Party. You listen to Kamala Harris talk about a plan for Black America. They've rolled out a plan for Black America. My grandfather told me a very long time ago, never trust a man who promises to do tomorrow what they had the power to do yesterday.
Oh, shit!
Kamala Harris was so committed to these plans for black men in particular. She's had many instances where she
talk that shit
as a senator, as an attorney general, and certainly
she had the chance already. And
so
look, hold up. Now, obviously, the obvious retort to this would be, but she's not the president, so she couldn't enact anything. Okay. Miss Kamala Harris, did you ever suggest any of these things that you're now proposing to the president? Because you are the vice president. You're the last person in the room. You're the one who has his ear. You're the one who has to, help change his diaper when he soils himself. Did you ever suggest any of these things to him? Because whether or not you had the power to do them yourself, you certainly had the power to suggest him. You're the number 2 person in the most powerful person in the entire damn world. So did you suggest any of this shit to him? Whether you did it or not. I mean, he said you were his most trusted advisor. So did you suggest any of this shit? Well, Brett, I was born in a middle-class family. I didn't ask you that, bitch!
Talking about a multi-trillion-dollar plan for reparations, all while we ignore the fact that California has already studied reparations, only for the Democrats that said they were committed to passing it to saying everyone actually going to write the check. Black men are tired of what appears to be empty promises coming from a Democratic Party.
I mean, Joe, if you're on...
The promises they're making are too late, too, okay? All the promises you make to, say, black men or, whatever infinity group you want to talk to, you're always talking about, but especially black people, okay? The problem is, any of us black folk, me using black vernacular, black folk, because, that's what we say. Anyway, all of us black folk who would take advantage of anything that they would do, and for the most part, have already taken advantage of anything that they say they'll do. So, for example, if you say you're going to give black entrepreneurs, a $50,000 tax credit or this or that, but you're doing it for black entrepreneurs. Well, guess what? The people who are going to take advantage of that are generally already, 1, finished their education, 2, are already someone entrepreneurial. You're helping middle-class black people do more middle-class shit. When the problem of the small, it's again, and it's not all, remember, only a small percentage of black people are under poverty. Now, it's a higher percentage of that particular demographic than other demographics, but still, the problem is you're not fixing the problem there before they get to the point where they would say, oh, well, maybe I'm thinking about starting a business. Because that portion of the population can't read. That portion of the population is not graduating from school. That portion of that population is not doing basic math. The portion of that population, it has certain cultural aspects that are within poor communities that do not encourage anything that will make them succeed. So you're already missing those people, and you're still going to be missing those people with all this bullshit that you come up with that says, oh, well, we're going to make some more black entrepreneurs. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. Again, even with, and I see this at college, I know this in my own experience. I got, I was already like one of the top students in my high school, and then they offered me these scholarships for black people that I could have got without the scholarship for black people. And because I was black, I qualified for some of these other special incentive scholarships that I was already could have got done without them. Now, did I take them? Of course I did. They were available. I took them. But the point is, You're not helping the people who never fucking finished high school. You're not helping the people who finished high school but can't read still. You're not helping the people who said, fuck it, I ain't never going to learn nothing in school. I'm not going to try. That's where you need to put your efforts. And you're not. Because you don't want to admit that those schools are failing those kids because all the people teaching those kids are on your side of the aisle. That's why you don't like school choice. Because maybe you could prove that those people aren't doing their job, and the parents who really want to get out of that situation and away from the kids who don't give a fuck anymore, you want control over them. So it's just bullshit. I'm sorry.